welcome to today's NCCR Summer Break special. We are not where we usually are, right? We are outside Hudiksvall. It's kind of close to our place. It's called Hornslandet, and we are on the eastern sea here. So it's still Sweden, but we are on the coast.
Yeah, hello. Long time not seen.
Hello everybody.
We have something special today, and kind of epic project. What is there since 2010, called back then the EBR 1190 Typhon. It's one of the icons, and there's a lot of talk about where it comes from, and will it be again one day, and it will be again now.
We actually came out here and we had a photo shooting with the now it's only with the frames and with the swing arms and some of the parts, but we will walk you through what the history behind the Typhons was and how it will continue and is continuing right now, and how it will continue after the summer break.
There's Birgit, it was I think in 2010, right? When Heiko Jessert from Gruner Engineering had the idea maybe to help out Eric a little bit. It was, you remember, 2009 Harley Davidson pulled the plug on Buell, and then in the end of 2009 Pegasus Race Team bought this chassis number 1 and 2 EBR 1190 RR. Was before the RS. You need to remember the RS came in 2012. It was launched 2013. It was delivered. So in the first 2 years there was in real only race bikes.
Yeah.
And we had these bikes, and it was very clear for us that Eric, as usual, when he do marketing, he always start with a clip-on bike. So the R model, even if the market in real desperately would ask for a sport tourer or a tourer or a fighter, Eric is always race first, race in his heart.
There was no option for him.
No, it was. So we said, maybe we can take one of these Pegasus Race Team bikes and develop out of that something what is more, a classic Buell. So what's a classic Buell?
What do you think?
Yeah, dual front light. It was. In real, it started with this Volkswagen front lamp on the tube frames, but then the scene back then, the custom scene, very, very quick converted the X1 and M2, S1 and so on to dual light, and then the factory picked that up with the XB from 2002, 3 on. 2002 was the clip-on model, of course, but then 2003 came the Lightning, and then we had this dual lamp. What Buell made iconic, and then you have this. You see the motor. That's also something what is something even if you have like air funnels on it, but on a Buell you always see parts of the motor. So the Heiko Jessert, he's an automotive construction guy. He's doing CAD drawings and constructions, and he also had access to 3D printing.
Yep.
What was it back then?
SLS.
Yeah, right. It was this powder where you shoot in with a laser, right?
Yeah. So
That looked quite interesting.
So that, I mean,
to
this
say.
is 12 years ago. That was at that time absolute fly me to the moon,
Yes.
and especially in that size.
Yes.
In that size,
Yes.
and you know the cost. Nobody back then of us normal guys would be able to cover
No.
cover this kind of cost. So the boss from Gruner Engineering, he throw in the printer hours.
So it was always printing in the nighttime, right?
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
had downtime, the
Yeah.
parts were printing.
Yeah. So we started. Birgit was mainly for the design details. It was me who was more about the technical design regarding some wow effects, and but the main work definitely Heiko have done back then, because well, Eric supported the project. He gave us the data, so we could work really with the real data, and it was really our idea that we might help out Eric with the Typhon. Later he decided to go a different way, but back then that was a little bit our motive and also the motor of the project. And and then Heiko started to draw the parts, and then I had the idea of the air splitters. I said we need to have air splitters. We need to have something what gives the bike a really wow effect. So we started with these air splitters on top of the radiators, and then we then we continued on the front fender.
And people keep bugging us.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make the front fender? Can we buy the Typhon front fender? Do you know who made it? Like, yes, we really do know who made them.
Yeah, but then they also found out that they don't match to other bikes. We started offering them a couple of years ago, and I think we got them 2 times back from customers who say, "Oh, I put it on my 1125, or I put it on my XB." And well, that is for me the fascination of the Typhon. The Typhon looks like a one-piece design.
It does.
It was back then a lot of talking and going back and forward in the design, and then finally we had it, and then it was, I think, in the end of 2010 then. We were close to the Essen Motor Show, and then Sabine Welte contacted us. Hey, you want to have a stand on the Essen Motor Show? And we said, wow, this is a moment. Let's finish the project to the Essen Motor Show, and then it was the question, the name, and the name have an extra story. Julia is laughing, and Birgit is hating, and that's we came up with the idea of the name, and And then we had a lot of discussions about the color. Yeah.
Not me. I knew from the beginning which color it should be. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Birgit at the end, succeeded with this matte white color what we used, and then designed the Typhon 1190 signature thereon, and and then it was, I don't know, is it in October always, the Essen Motor Show, or in December, I don't know. But it was quite...
Was it November? Because I wasn't with you at the Motor Show, and I remember we stuck in snow. It was so cold.
I think it was after the moose hunting,
Yeah.
So we brought the bike there, and what we call the Typhon 1, because there were some imperfections on it, and all the Typhons were always 3D printed bikes, so it was all more a basement of a design, was design studies. We used them then later also on the track, but in real this project was never finished. So for us especially, the Typhon was all the years unfinished business.
And then you went to Spain, right? That's the spring that
Spring,
comes, because I
yes.
remember I was at home alone. I had just taken my driver's license so I could drive to the bus, but it was so much snow and so very cold that one morning the car didn't start because it was too cold.
Mhm.
I remember that, and
Yeah.
that's when you were in Spain with the Typhon, right?
And yes, because you sent us a picture where you've built a huge snowman.
Yes.
That was so
Yeah.
you were at home freezing, and we were in Spain and had nice 21, 22 degrees at that time
Right.
of spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we had this the two Pegasus race team bikes converted to Typhon. That was already the setup what we called then in 2011 the Typhon 2. So there were some later efforts from other people try to do something like a road going Typhon, what was not so super cool looking, what we think, but now it was time to do our homework. Luckily, we had the support, still have the support from Heiko Jessert, of course, and luckily Julia is today able to do CAD construction. So it was now the time to bring all that from this prototyping, 3D printing things, to the level that you can really manufacture the parts. There's also this story, also one of the reasons why we did not earlier coming back to the Typhon projects, two reasons. First reason, we had one customer a couple of years ago where we at the end could not agree to a price what was good enough to realize all these changes. And now we have two customers, so we have two Typhons on order. But the main reason why we had a little bit enough from the project, besides this bullshit talking what was going on through the scene now for 10 years, that was Piaggio.
Yes, because they apparently had built something that's called a Typhoon.
A Typhoon!
And it's a scooter, right?
It's a scooter.
It's a quite nice scooter. I could live with that.
But it's still nothing compared with a Typhoon, but they
Yeah.
said, oh, big no, it has two wheels, so it's our name.
Yeah, because it is, well, in real it was our fault. Back when we named it, it was a name for custom bike or custom racer for a show, and nobody ever thought that it will make this big impact in the market. Because it's there. Typhoon is a registered trademark, and of course you cannot call a bike Typhon. So we still apologize, and we still, please, at Piaggio, we only use the name to tell the story of this Typhon. This two Typhons we are just building, there of course no Typhons. But I cannot prevent the owners from putting stickers on. Not our fault, really, please. So if the customer decide to put a T sticker on, what implement that it is a Typhon, not our fault. Yeah.
Well,
So, but why they are so expensive? They are really expensive. First of all, NCCR and we three here made a lot of developments in the last years on a very small scale. You need to see that Buell today is not really selling bikes. Unfortunately, we would love they would sell 100 bikes, 1,000 bikes per year, because we are aftermarket specialists.
Yeah.
But as we said earlier, also in our last video, if the manufacturer is not producing or selling bikes, they produce, but if they are not selling bikes, we cannot sell aftermarket parts, and that is the result. Is a little bit this loop of death, because we still need top quality parts like our tribal kit. We not even offer it to the public because it of the low numbers. It was getting so expensive that it's just not to.
it's not viable, really.
Yeah, it's not to marketing.
These are our triples that we developed for the Typhons, but they fit from 1125 and up, and theoretically we can make them for any Buell. So look like this, and they are 5x-axis CNC milled. That's why I could have all the nice fillets, as they are called. That's why they're so round and look a little bit different from the ones that are available. Or, I mean, there are not even many available. And this one is also pretty smart. For you can either have the ignition like this, so that would be for the RX, or you can have it for the SX. So you can have different ignition plates, or if you are running no ignition lock at all, you can also just have a single plate that fills that void, or if you want to save all the weight, you can just have nothing. And this is for clip-ons, but it's also a possibility to mount risers for a normal.
And the same with the foot pack kits. There we sold some.
They are word superbike style. They have ball bearings for the levers. So here have the left side, and this is the right side.
The same with the SC Project kit. So let's go through what we have from let's say from the nose to the butt in this part.
From the nose to the butt, we start with the headlights, I'd say.
Yeah, we also developed a new headlight.
Yes, so we started the headlights. So we do have a conversion now for twin headlights. It's 3D printed and very nice, and it looks very cool. Then the next one in line would be the cockpit, right?
Yeah, and the cockpit bracket between. There we also constructed a complete new one.
So here you have the Typhon front, as it used to look, and this is still the old triples. And where do we get them? So you have the different brackets, and you still have, this is a version for the old cockpit. This will of course be with the AIM cockpit. Then you have the double lights and the Typhon optic. So I think it looks really cool actually. So that's a AIM cockpit, and I've just the whole week been dealing with it, and it's so cool because I mean I can program to show whatever, whenever, in any color I like, with any background I like, and it's amazing.
Really
it's
cool.
So many different choices, and I mean all the normal icons that you can have in the cockpit, but I can really do anything with it, and it's amazing.
This AIM is unbelievable.
Yes,
good.
it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and front fender, of course, we
Yes,
have.
of
Yeah,
course.
this dual blade front fender. We have a new brake scoop.
Yep.
What goes with the especially made brake scoop? What goes with the Typhon?
This is our air scoop that was developed for the Typhons, and it's developed for ABS, as you can see here. We don't know yet if the bikes will actually get the ABS, but they will definitely get the air scoop for it because it's developed, and I think it looks really nice. So this is the air scoop.
Front wheel is stock.
Yeah, the shield is also
Of course, yeah.
the Typhon shield, of
The
course.
sheet, yeah, exactly.
And then we are on the air splitters, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. The air splitters are also, Julia, redesigned completely. First of all, for manufacturing, and second, they are now integrated super small indicators, turn signals.
So turning signals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is the original files that I received from Heiko that he drew up. So this is CATIA work, but you see that this is nothing that you can fabricate in a normal filament printer, because this of course is not a straight, this also nothing straight, and also if you would want to paint it like we do, it is impossible if it would be printed like this to paint the insides and sand it and make it all nice. So what I then did is I made all the fins detachable, so you can actually grind them on the outside, inside, can paint them, then assemble everything. And here you also have the integrated blinkers. It's here on the side, and the front one also has a channel for the cable, so it will be absolutely invisible. And here you see the holes where the fins from the fins, so they're like noses on the fins that will go in here, and then you can glue it all and make it all very stable and nice, and once it has been painted on the inside.
The Typhon, the Typhon 1 and 2 never had radiators, and later a attempts to build a road Typhon were exactly on that point looking a little bit, let's say, hopeless.
I was gonna say strange, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But we found a technical, very, very good design now, and you don't see the fans. That was one of the bigger challenges on the Typhon, and then it continues with a side fairing, and belly pan. There we also needed to make a complete redesign, and these parts are now fiberglass, and we would love to do carbon Typhons, but then we are reaching out to 50,000, whatever your currency is, as long as it is American or European. So that is not an option at the moment to do carbon. And the engine, of course. The engine had all our bells and whistles. What we can do, especially the closed deck conversion.
Yep. And the chassis stabi.
And of course the chassis stabilizer kit.
So it's the blue parts that are the normal pieces in the kit, and the red one is optional if you want to have one in the same style as the right one. So the blue is what you need and the red is optional. So we have a whole long video on how it works, but the short version is that it takes the stresses and the movement, so the engine cannot move in the frame as much, and together with the closed deck conversion that we do, the exploding front cylinders stop exploding. That's the short version of it. But please check out the long video and learn all about it.
That is a must-have. That's our point of view, and we have now several engines running for long. We have customers with up to, I think, 20,000 miles on closed deck converted engines from us, and I would really highly recommend it. We still offer it super cheap. When you send your cylinders, it costs really kind of better coffee money to do it. Really, if you love your EBR and you want to keep it for long, next winter you should really think about that. The fatigue problem of the front cylinder was the killer in the World Superbike, and it is also the killer of any EBR 1190 motor if you really use it, and you also need the chassis stabilizer if you really corner the bike. But there's an extra video, right?
Yeah.
So we get to the, let's say, the middle section, the monocoque.
Yes.
Yeah, the monocoque was something I think Marco, who have done all the paint jobs for the Pegasus race team, he had this idea of following this old idea what we back in the Hillbilly Motor times started to make units for the XP models. We even had it on a X1. This
XBK, right?
No. On a X1 on a tube framer. XBK was a compressor charged XP. Now it's this thing where we got a poster in Spain.
The fuzzy, the Bull Buell.
Yeah, the Bull Buell with the fur on. There we had already a monocoque on.
Cow fur, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then later we often had bikes like also the Kronos. The Kronos also had a monocoque. So he brought back the monocoque, and we decided to use also the monocoque idea, tank cover and seat as one piece on these two Typhon projects. Yeah, but now was the question of the colors.
Yeah, colors are simple this time. It's just clean black and white. But if you can call a Maserati color simple,
Not really, is
Sounds
it?
expensive at least.
And
Yes.
and they both, the black and the white, have kind of the same shine. They are
Yeah,
shiny in a way.
brilliance,
There are
yeah.
There's sparkles in, right?
there are sparkles in, yeah, but they match perfectly. It's just the sparkles are the same color when you look closely, and the thing is, the bikes will go to the same family. So
Yeah. Out of that came the challenge. You know, you
Yes.
make a red bike and a green bike for a red bike customer and for a green bike customer. But these bikes will be quite often, or maybe nearly permanently, shown side by side.
Yeah, so they have to match each other, right?
Yeah. This first white color
Oh God.
was looking like a German taxi. It was so. The idea was to have a little bit in
Ivory.
ivory,
yeah.
so it could not be this super hard white. So we said, yeah, a little bit of ivory, and then it got painted, and then it looked really like a taxi.
Didn't work.
It almost turned out beige and it
Didn't
was
Yeah.
not
No.
pretty.
No. So, but the thing is, when you have a white bike, you have a black bike, and you are in a funny mood, you never know.
And
so
the
you-
bikes are the same. They're both 1190 Typhons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can create your own design in real. You can switch parts from the black to the white. You can create a negative from. You can change the wheels. You can change.
Yeah, because the white one you decided get also white wheels, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the bodywork will be also on the white bike white, on the black bike it will be
Black.
Or will it?
Or will it?
You can also do a funny little
What do you think
switcheroo.
out there? So we said, or Birgit, who had these design ideas, she said, well, we need to try that. When we start assembling, we need to try like having black frame and white swing arm, and then the
One
negative.
wheel black, one wheel white.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But the full meaning of the idea comes when you see the second bike aside.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is reversed? So one is always the negative or the positive
how
of,
you like it. Yeah.
of the other one.
Yeah.
So this couple is really getting a kind of
Brilliant playground.
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Because you can make a white chassis with black bodywork, or black chassis with white bodywork, or you can mix it all up. So
Talking
that is
about the wheels, are there
Yeah.
any interesting wheels?
yeah, the front sorry, the front will stay original because the original EBR wheel is so light, the front wheel. The rear wheel, honestly, I hope that the actual production batch is there any better, because when
You
you
don't
look.
think they just invited casting?
Yeah, well, honestly, when you look into the hub of the original EBR 1190 wheels, it looked like a little bit of Bronze Age casting. So something like they lately digged out in Stone Age, maybe. Yeah, no offense, but this was really something, and we never accepted it, and we have customers who really cleaned it up and made new powder coating on, like Alex in Germany on his super nice SX, what we built it
Also white.
with him. Yeah, that
Yeah.
also have wide wheels. Let's put the picture in. Look at this bike. It's
That's
really,
nice.
really nice. But the guy who have done the powder coating, he said, please never come again with something like that. But there's a fix. The bikes both get PVM wheels, and so that way everything is in order, and for a high class bike like that, I think this is a must-have. What else we have in the back? We have,
tray?
yeah, we invented, developed.
Developed.
We developed a new under tray. What will be also the most parts from the Typhon are not available. They are really reserved only for the Typhon. So if you want to have them, you just need to order a Typhon, or at least a complete kit of all parts. I would still say, right, if somebody wants to build a real Typhon and he would order the complete kit of the parts, maybe without paint, then I would say we could. And maybe then if the assembly will be done maybe by Chess Argard in America, then I think that can be possible. But usually we say Typhon is reservation on we build it. Because there's also, what we didn't mention, there's also some for the switches on the handlebar. There we will also have a special solution in mind, and what requires some changes in the electric, and that also need to be done. But this under tray now is replacing our undertail plate holder, what we make. But it's a fiberglass part what integrates now all the lighting equipment and also the plate holder. And yeah, then we have also a 2-blade rear fender, original from the original Typhon design. And
Then we're kind of close to the suspension.
yeah, one thing I have left before what is in the discussion. On the AIM cockpit, we can integrate a back camera.
Yes.
And I think
Whoever needs one.
this is something.
If you cannot turn your head, this is perfect.
Well, mirrors are for people who have no back camera, right? So we really discuss if we integrate the back camera as a standard in these two bikes, just because we can.
And we do have a customer who has the AIM because of a front camera for game. So you have a chance to see if you have a deer in front at night.
Yeah, we still work on that. We it is a very good customer of us in Alaska, and we are working on a night vision camera solution what can point to the front. But we have not figured out the complete solution yet. Suspension, yes.
Wilburs, of course.
It is Wilburs all way.
And it's black, of course. It's
of course black. And one of the bikes we will have a slightly lowering. So one bike will get a little bit lowering in the fork and also in the back. Talking seat height, we also look into it, Birgit look into it, what solution we can find something super extravagant from the seat padding and
the material.
The materials.
And the color.
And the color, yeah.
The color.
It need to be really something special. I was lately inspired by this Brabus KDM, who had a wonderful seat pattern, and they are so good with this interior from their Mercedes cars, and now they have done this KDM, and I was really, really impressed. And we need to find there something. I'm trusted Birgit and Julia will find there something. Maybe we should do a little bit pawn now with a parts pawn with all the parts who are ready, and some of the other impressions of the Typhon projects. Have a look. Yeah, I hope you liked it. These are some of the parts. More will follow. Some will be available. Some are only in combination with the Typhon.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
all right.
This was it for today, and we wish you all a really nice summer and summer holidays if you get any.
Yeah.
And
Great summer.
Yeah.
take
Have a good
care,
time.
everyone.
Take
Yeah.
care,
Take care.
and see you down the road. Have a nice summer. Bye.
Goodbye.
Was? Bla 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 bla.